Don't get sad or angry when the outside reality shows you something different. When you are manifesting your desires, things will sometimes look like the exact opposite of what you want. This life is amazing, and you have to stick to your ideas until they turn out to be true. Since we are beings, we can become anything we want. Neville Goddard says that your outside reality is a reflection of what's on the inside. If you want to manifest something happen, you must first see it happening. You need to play out in your imagination a short scenario of how you want things to turn out, and your focus should come from that. When you close your eyes, because you are creating, you can have any experience you want, and you have full control over it. Neville tried to show that you are connected to everyone and everything in the world. It showed how well you fit in with the outside reality. When you act like a short scene is real and play it over and over until you are satisfied, that happens in your reality. Then you realize that everything going on in your world is something you made up, and you don't have to believe it or even care about it anymore. Whenever you have the chance to, you'll be able to see for yourself. Having knowledge of something is the same as having lived it. I want you to experience it because if you do, you'll understand it better every day. Every day, I tell you that you don't have to be angry, hateful, or imagine bad things happening to other people because they are you. This idea might seem crazy to everyone. When you go through it though, you won't even think about hurting someone else because you'll already know it. You can only learn through experience. I'm sure that many of you get down when the outside reality doesn't match what you thought it would be like. Some things move in your reality, but then they stop or something completely different happens. When people say nothing is going on, I know they are not really living from their end state. But when I see movement, I know for sure that things are going well for them. It's happening because of something. We can't see the process because our minds are too small. But when it happens and you look back, you'll see that those things were meant to happen so you could reach your goal. Neville says that you should stick to your assumptions, even though reality may seem to be the opposite. Since you don't want to stay in that state, you should stay in your desired state of being when reality shows you something you don't like, which is a clear sign that you are not living from your end state of being. Because things outside of you don't affect you when you are sure of something inside. The fact that it bothers you shows that your doubts and complaints are bigger than your current state of being. When you train yourself to stay in the state of desire fulfillment, things will start to work out in your favor. Everything good in the world started in our minds. Then they made this gadget, this watch, and this house, all of which were first thought of and then built. Let me ask you a simple question. Do you know that you're using a person's body? Almost everyone would say that I know my body is a human body, but does this knowledge come from inside me? Or do you need to look in the mirror again to be sure? No. Correct. So, why do you keep looking outside of yourself to manifest your desires come true? You don't know it yet, so that's why. You don't know it because you haven't had the chance to experience it for yourself. Now, I'm not saying you have to be sure it's true, because there is no such thing as certainty. On a scale from 1 to 100, almost 99.99% of the universe is empty space, and the other 0.001% or so is made up of real things. Sanitizers kill 99.99% of the bacteria they come in contact with. When you burn something, you're left with ashes and smoke. The object hasn't changed into ashes and smoke, but its state has changed. You just smashed it to pieces. Now my point is that the outside reality doesn't bother you when you know something. I'm sure some of you have projected something on reality, and then been surprised when it came true. You now know that manifestation works because you've seen it happen. No matter what other people say about manifestation in terms of the outside reality, it no longer matters to you because you have seen it for yourself and know it is true. Maybe they aren't ready for it yet. In the same way, when you live in a state where your desires are fulfilled, you gain this kind of inner understanding. When you stay there and experience it from the inside, you learn about it from your own inner experience. No matter what the outside reality is like, it will no longer bother you. If you watch yourself, You'll see that you spend most of your day living inside, having conversations, seeing pictures, and feeling things. What are these things? Does it make you feel better or worse? When you are asked to stay in a state of wish fulfillment, you get a better idea of what it means. What's important is that your ideal state of being is bigger than your problems, doubts, and limitations. This is only possible if you put all of your attention on one thing. You can only do this if you live as the state you want to be. Just keep doing it until you feel like you've satisfied the desire to give the inner man a feeling. You'll know it's done when he feels that. You won't care what the outside world shows you because you'll know that what you see inside is right. Just try it out. If you see yourself, you will know it when it takes place. You won't ask them how often they have to do it. You won't want to desire, did I do it right? You won't want that thing at all anymore. Everything will work out on its own. You're trying to get something right. Do you want the money, the car, the person, the house, or something else? Also, if you want to change them, all you have to do is change the way you think about them. You must change how you feel inside, because when you change how you feel inside, everything else in your outside reality changes too. As you grew up in this life, you all had different experiences. The people, places, and things you met shaped your views, and marketers tried to sell you different things. Those who knew the game did a great job of making it look like they were buying a feeling. This game will go to the emotion who can make you feel something you don't really feel. I'm telling you this because I want you to know that any physical thing you want in your life is based on a feeling you have, not on the thing itself. Other than that feeling, do you really want that thing that you can touch? Because you linked certain feelings to it by accident. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have those things, but I'm trying to warn you because these feelings are important to manifesting your desire come true. Let me provide an example. People in India used to think that having dark skin was bad, so there were always ads for lotions that made your skin lighter. And they wanted it to be white because the ad said that regular use of this cream could make brown skin turn white. Also, because their ads made you feel great, people used to buy them to feel good about themselves. Can you see how a person who wanted to feel beautiful could want that thing? In the same way, all other physical things are just signs of having similar feelings. Your inner self or inner man doesn't care about the physical object. All it wants to do is experience that feeling inside. And when you experience that feeling, it becomes a part of you and brings you an object, a situation, or other people who feel the same way. You heard from Neville Goddard that the secret is feeling. All of his talks were about how it feels to have your wish come true, which is the same thing as getting what you want. Instead of trying to get something, all you have to do is keep it. Your state of mind must match the physical object. Assume you have a desire that conveys your desire for X dollars. To get that X amount of money, you must first get to a state in your feeling where you feel like you already have that X amount of money. Some people will say, I can't feel it. But why can't you feel it if it's real? Tell yourself, I'm poor, right now, and say it to yourself many times. This statement will make you feel a certain way and give you a certain feeling. Change this to I am rich. When you keep doing this over and over, things will change inside of you. You'll get a lot of new ideas, and your state of mind will also change. You have been manifesting your whole life because you are always doing something. In the state, you did it without realizing it. But it is much easier to change if you realize that your outside world is a reflection of your inner world, and that your inner world is just your state of being. Now you can choose what you want to pay attention to. Everyone uses different methods or techniques to get to this feeling state. When they visualize in the mirror, some people see it, while others hear voices, tell stories, or just praise themselves. Now